The executive, I have done a bit of reshuffle to allow a few members of the executive or even the chief officers shift from one ministry to another, so that we now engage on very serious work of developing Turkana County, of ensuring Turkana County resources are managed prudently and properly. So I have executed the following changes. Through the Executive Order number 01 of 2022, changes in the County Chief's Officers. Pursuant to the powers and privileges conferred to me by the terms specified in the County Government Act number 17 of 2012, Part 45, sub 45, I have today, 29 August 2022, made the following changes. Number 1, Captain retired Augustine Lokwang Ekitela, retained in the office of the County Governor. Mrs. Esther Ikaru, retained in the Ministry of Public Service, Administration and Disaster Management. Ms. Stella Lochodo, currently County Chief Officer for Tourism, Culture, Environment and Energy and Natural Resources, transferred to Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning as County Chief Officer, Economic Planning. And number 4, Mr. Abdullahi, currently County Chief Officer for Livestock Production, Veterinary Services and Fisheries, transferred to Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning as County Chief Officer, Finance. Number 5, Dr. Malcon Lochodo, retained in the Ministry of Health and Sanitation. Number 6, Mr. John Ayangan Korikel, currently Director Administration in the Ministry of Lands, Housing, Urban Areas Management, appointed Acting County Chief Officer for Infrastructure, Transport and Public Works. Number 7, Mr. John Tukei, currently County Chief Officer for Education, Sports and Social Protection, transferred to Ministry of Agriculture, Pastoral Economy and Fisheries as County Chief Officer for Livestock Production, Veterinary Services and Fisheries. Number 8, Mr. Jeremiah Apalia Lomari, currently County Chief Officer for Economic Planning, transferred to Ministry of Tourism, Culture, Environment, Energy and Natural Resources as County Chief Officer. Number 9, Mr. James Lokwang, currently Director Trade in the Ministry of Trade, Gender and Youth Affairs, appointed Acting County Chief Officer for Water Services. Mr. Moses, number 10, Mr. Moses Natome, currently County Chief Officer for Water Services, transferred to Ministry of Trade, Gender and Youth Affairs as County Chief Officer. Number 11, Dr. Jacob Lolelia, currently Chief Officer for Agriculture and Lands Reclamation, transferred to Ministry of Lands, Housing, Urban Areas Management as County Chief Officer. Number 12, Mr. Andrew Losuru, currently County Chief Officer for Lands, Housing and Urban Areas Management, transferred to Ministry of Education, Sports and Social Protection as County Chief Officer. Ms. Rosemary Parangiro Mchinyei, deployed to the office of the County Secretary / Head of Public Service. And then number 14, Mr. Abraham Losnye, deployed to the office of the County Secretary / Head of Public Service. These changes are necessary to enhance efficiency and effectiveness in execution of service delivery to the people of Turkana County. The changes take effect immediately, and the officer should plan to take up new portfolio assignment within 72 hours. I have signed these documents, an official document for the county. Thank you.
Any questions?
Yes. But I want maybe some questions related to